Halito to Fapina Yopa Ankana, Writer Toastie, Leopard High Country News. This week, the Navajo Nation was at the U.S. Supreme Court arguing that the United States is treaty-bound to protect the Navajo Nation's water interests. The Diné Association filed an amicus brief, and since I don't know what an amicus brief is, I asked HCN's Anna V. Smith to join me today to help explain it. Halito, Anna.
Good morning, Toastie.
So what exactly is an amicus brief?
An amicus brief literally means...
Amicus? Is it amicus?
It's amicus, yes. So an amicus brief literally means friend of the court. So you'd kind of pick a side, Arizona or Navajo Nation. The association is asking for the United States to recognize that Navajo negotiators at the time would have understood a permanent homeland to include things like water. Core tenets of federal Indian law include that treaties have to be understood as tribes would have understood them at the time. And so that's like really what this brief is delving into.
Hang on, the treaties are really old. So they don't really matter anymore, do they?
So it's true that treaties are really old, but their age doesn't negate their relevancy.
It sounds like they're asking the United States to consider another worldview. But doesn't the United States already consider every worldview, and that's what makes it so objective?
I would say that the U.S. is objective like white legacy media is objective, which is to say that it thinks it is, but it's not.
We have a way of life in America, and that way of life is based on traditional American values like ignoring treaties. Do they really expect us to give that up?
Yeah, it'll be hard, but I think hopefully that's the direction we're headed.
Anna, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Toastie.
Well, that was a bit complicated for me, so let's talk about trains. Choo-choo! HCN Sam Shaw reports that northeastern Utah has a problem. There's all this oil in the ground and it's really hard to get out. Lucky for us, a New York investment bank has a solution. They'll just carve a railway through a national forest and carry out the crude oil on tanker cars along flood-prone and rock-slide-prone stretches of the Colorado River. And if you're going to be a stick in the mud and worry about the possibility of derailments and oil spills, don't. It's not a possibility. It's a mathematical near certainty. But just one accident per year. 2 between Grand Junction and Denver, maybe. And the crude oil they'll be transporting is this really waxy globs of stuff. It's great. It's so cleanup friendly. You basically just pick it up off the ground. And if those globs of crude oil get into the water, don't panic. There are 7 states downstream that can join the plucky cleanup crew and get those tanker cars rolling again. All aboard for profits! The companies that make America great never stop fighting for us. Natural gas pipers, for example, are working tirelessly to protect the public from forced electrification. They're showing up to city council meetings and releasing public education campaigns to stand up against big local government giving people the option to electrify their homes. And they make some compelling points. First, if you compare the best gas appliances with the worst electric ones, gas companies say the gas ones are better. Who are we to argue with that? That's their only point, actually, at least that I could find in Nick Bowlin's incisive reporting about how gas companies are keeping local communities from electrifying. Also this week, Avikwame became a national monument, so check that out too at hcn.org. Have a happy spring day, and cheapies la cheeky, my lovelies.